What's up, everybody? So today we're diving into another parameter and explaining it, and today we'll be talking about top A. So unlike some of the more commonly discussed parameters like top P, top A offers a unique twist in how the AI selects words for its output, and this really ensures both relevance and variety. So imagine if you had a way to really dynamically adjust the AI's focus, honing in on words that are not just likely, but also really closely aligned with the context of the most probable words. So that's top A in a nutshell. It considers only the top tokens with probabilities that are sufficiently high based on the probability of the most likely token. So if that's kind of a little like, what does that really mean? Here's how it works. With a lower top A value, the AI narrows its focus, selecting words that are very close in probability to the current most likely word. This really tightens the scope of choice, ensuring that generated text closely follows the lead of the most probable options. And that really enhances the coherence and the relevance. As we increase the top A value, the system really doesn't necessarily venture into more creative territory, but refines its filtering process. So it allows for a broader consideration based on the token's probability, incorporating a wider array of words that, while not as likely as the top token, are still within a sufficiently high probability range. So this refinement doesn't dilute the creativity of the output, but it ensures that the selections made are more finely tuned to the context established by the most probable words. So in essence, top A is kind of like a dynamic filter, adjusting the breadth of word choices in real time based on the shifting landscape of probabilities as the AI constructs its narrative. So this, if you're thinking, well, why would I use this parameter? What is it good for? It's really crucial for creators aiming for a precise balance between sticking closely to the most relevant content and allowing for a nuanced variety that enriches the text without straying from its intended course. So top A really enables a level of control that fine-tunes outputs to match the creator's intentions, and it makes sure that every word counts and contributes meaningfully to the overall text. So with that said, let's dive into Young Money and see how he uses top A. And as we've talked about before, Young Money is our financial guru who speaks like a gangster. So as we're working with him, we'll see how top A is used to actually do this for us. And again, with top A, which the beauty of it is as we're actually looking at how it works, as we adjust this value, the higher the value doesn't necessarily mean it'll be more creative. It'll just mean that there are more words for it to filter through, but the words the words that it might consider might still kind of look the same. So this, as we change it, may not too drastically change the output and the creativity. But hey, you know what? We'll see how it works and how it does that. So we got Young Money here, again, our financial gangster, and it'll output as, the model thinks a gangster speaks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set this to 0 and we'll just see how this works for us. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to do our common one. Yo, dog, would like to buy a house. Can you give me advice? And we've got all our basic parameters here. And I'm going to go do this. And as we see, this is with a low top A. And top A is also more relevant to the context. So we'll see. Maybe I don't necessarily like how Young Money isn't talking to gangster right now. But again, what do I know what a gangster talks like? But I'd like, more of this almost like Gen Z-ish type talk here. And I do like this. This felt a bit more, this might be cool, but I'd probably want it to be a bit more nuanced with the vocabulary. So let's see. And as we say here, and as we mentioned, the higher top A doesn't really affect the creativity of the output, but kind of refines the filtering process. So let's just go super high top A all the way. I'm going to apply that to all. I'm going to clear, well, before I clear this chat, let me copy this. Then I'm going to clear the chat, and what we'll do is we'll do that, and we'll see if it's okay. So maybe I do like, this is exactly the style that I was talking about that I want, and maybe this has like refined how I want this to speak more and contextually to what I want. So this top A could have potentially made this way better. And you know what? To do that, let's actually run it back again and see if it gives us a similar one, because I did really like that. And see here, it kind of gives us that first one that we had. It does give us some slang. Let's see here, I'm trying to read a little bit. And again, like it mentioned, it doesn't necessarily change the creativity too much. But here, let me apply this now and see if we get the same one. And this is also the fun part of keeping on testing with all of these. Young Money's really loving right now to give all of these bulleted points or things like that answers. So this is the same as the first time when we had low top A. So I'm going to run it back one more time to see if it just changes. But this is good for us to just see how top A actually impacts the model's outputs. And ideally, we could also have longer conversations with this, but I'd like to keep these videos short just so you guys could get the gist, and then maybe you guys can play with it at home and see how this works for you all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this. Top A. Let's go here. I don't think I was changing the min P, so maybe I was, but let's do that. Do that, higher top A. Okay. Yeah, so it could also be my prompt is engaging it to make things like that, but that's the beauty of all of these things. And if, you know, each prompt has different optimal settings, OpenRouter provides that for us to figure out what are the actual optimal settings for certain models, and then we can tweak our prompts and maybe our model parameters slightly from there to figure out how we can get them speaking the way we do. But in an essence, this was the overall part of top A, where it helps us try to filter it more towards our context and getting the most probable words, or getting a set of most probable words to be the next word in our context. And the higher the top A, it just ends up considering more words, but maybe doesn't act, the filtering system is still that same way. So it's a great tool to use and to understand as you're building out these models and trying to understand how to work with them. As always, if you've liked what you've seen, please like, subscribe, share. Watch the other videos, please give feedback, and as always, stay blessed, and talk to you all soon. Ciao.